What's up, everybody? Robocon here. And what I want to talk about today is Wuthering Waves and the introduction of Camellya through drip marketing through Kuro Games Twitter. Camellya is a beloved character. I've been interested in her since she was shown in the main story quest. Her attack set looks interesting. The fact that she uses plants and her hair can grow, etc., looks really dope. I'm very interested in getting her, but I think that people who are going to potentially skip upcoming banners could harm their account a little bit if they do so in preparation to save fully for Camellya. So let's get into that. Why am I saying this? Because since the introduction of the game, all we've had introduced to us is DPS and sub DPS and buffers. We have had one dedicated support / sustain 5-star resonator, Verena, for the longest time. And she needs a friend. All right. Baiji is fine, but she's not great. Verena is great. She does a great job, but she can't be in every team. And every time we look at team building, it is this DPS, this sub DPS, and Verena. This DPS, and Verena. Verena can't be everywhere. And I think she needs a breather, and she needs a friend up there in the 5-star support sustain category. And I know a lot of people have seen Camellya and they said, hey, like, I'm all in on Camellya, right? I'm gonna get, Camellya, her Sig, whatever you might be saving up for. But in 1.3, we know we are getting Shorekeeper, another support sustain that we haven't seen in the last 2 patch cycles, right? So the past 5 months. We've had Jiyan to start it off with, DPS. We got Yinlin, DPS / sub DPS. We've got Jinzi, DPS. We got Changli, DPS. We got Zezi, sub DPS. We got Zhang Liao, who's a beast, DPS. So as you can see there, what we haven't been able to diversify as far as our team portfolio is a support sustain character. And if you are planning to skip Shorekeeper for Camellya, you may be making a mistake that could kind of harm your account. And I'm not saying that if that's the only way you want to secure Camellya no matter what, and she's your waifu, go for it, man. But if you are mindful of team building and Wuthering Waves, you want to have stuff on deck for potentially harder content and be able to mix it up a little bit, I think skipping Shorekeeper could be a mistake. Now, I know this is more towards free-to-play or low-spender people, but I just want to make sure everyone has that out on the table. We've had a good bit to save as well. I know in 1.2 we had Zezi. She wasn't, a lot of people didn't pick her up, or if they did pick her up, they didn't go a lot of dupes. You really don't have to. She is a great sub DPS for Jinzi. She helps complete that puzzle over there. I think Jinzi, Zezi, and Verena is a fantastic team, and I'm going to keep it. And then we got Zhang Liao for free, so you didn't have to spend anything. Maybe you pulled for his signature weapon. I wouldn't have blamed you. His Sig is really good. It kind of, it takes him up. It takes him up pretty far as DPS. I pulled on his signature weapon with all the stuff I'd been saving up because, S0 Zhang Liao with a weapon is real good. He's real strong. So a lot of people have had time to save up, and maybe they did get that weapon for Zhang Liao and they've ran themselves through some of their currency, and now they want to take a breather for Shorekeeper and save up for Camellya. One thing to consider is it looks like the banner system is changing. So we're going to have that featured 5-star at the first half of these Point X patches. And then it looks like we're going to have the rerun on the back end of it. So you'll have that 3 weeks on the back end of a patch to save up, do events, and get some additional stuff. And you can get your cool featured 5-star in the beginning, along with whatever the new 4-star is and whatever they offer to the table. I am also glad to see them offering more 4-stars. I hope that signature or the new 4-star can run on both banners for both like the featured 5-star and the rerun on the back end. That way people have a chance to pull them, because we don't have a lot of 4-star characters. We don't really have a lot of characters in the game in general right now. It's not overbloated like Honkai Star Rail or anything like that. So it'd be nice to get some more diversity, like I said, in our team portfolios. And 4 stars are still good. Like Sanhua is a great character. Yang Yang is good for like energy funneling. Mortefi is the complement to Ji Yan. So like 4 stars are still great. I'd just like to see more of them and get some more variety in the game. So Shorekeeper, we already know she's a support / sustain. Camellya, we don't know what Camellya is. She could be a sub DPS. She could be a main DPS. She could be a main DPS / buffer, which is kind of like what Changli is. We don't even know her element, right? Maybe she's fusion. Maybe she's what is it? Havoc. Yeah. Maybe she's fusion. Maybe she's havoc. We don't know. We know she's from the Black Shores and people like her, and she's, she has great art. We also know we're getting Yoo-Hoo and Lumi. I don't know what these characters do because I don't do the leak stuff. I like to just run off official stuff because things change and leaks kind of spoil stuff for me. So I'm not going to be someone that goes over leaks. That's just not what I'm going to do here. So I don't know. I think it is definitely something that you need to consider as a free to play or a low spender to pull for Shorekeeper to get her, spend the additional 3 weeks on the back end when Ji Yan is getting a rerun. I don't think you need to pick up Ji Yan. He's not a character that's like integral to any team right now. He's a fine character, but I don't think he's a character you need on your account at this point. When we have other DPSs such as the free Zhang Liao, and if you've gotten anyone else out of the DPS category like a Jin Z, a Changli, they're all going to do you very, very well. So that's where I'm at. I just, Camellya could be anything, literally anything. And if you sit on all your currency and wait for Camellya and get another DPS, I don't think it's going to transcend anything else on your account, right? Like you're just going to have another DPS. Maybe she's the most cracked DPS in the game, better than Jin Z. That's hard for me to see at this point because homegirl Jin Z like nukes stuff off the board hardcore. She's like the biggest nuke damage in the game right now. I've super invested into her, and she is just cracked. And then you put Zezi next to her in Verena and you're good to go. I think Shorekeeper right here is in a good spot to complete the team for Zhang Liao, Yinlin, and Shorekeeper. I think that could potentially be a very cracked team, especially with how we kind of know that the kit for Shorekeeper works with boosting critical damage or boosting crit rate and crit damage. It could definitely put Zhang Liao for most of those people that might be sitting at around like 88% crit, not quite 100. She could put him up to 100 for you and give him the additional crit damage, which he already stacks, and just turn him into a mulch machine beast, which would be great to see. And she can probably slot into a bunch of other teams as more and more teams get completed down the road. I still don't think we've seen the full team for Changli and what a complete team for her is going to look like. She's a great character, but the synergies aren't all there for her yet, I feel like. Ji Yan, if they go back and revisit him, Mortefi works well, but I think he's kind of missing something as well in his sustained support or maybe a dual DPS role, something to that effect. So Shorekeeper, I think you will see, you will have a more complete account getting her than you will getting Camellya. I'm not going to tell you not to get Camellya. Like I said, I'm pulling Camellya. She's a great looking character. I'm pulling Scar. I'm pulling Geshu Lin, Furlova, all of them. I'm gonna pull on them because I'm a collector in these types of games. I like to have them. But if you're free to play and we don't know what type of hardware content is coming down the road, I highly suggest picking up a Shorekeeper because, like I said, Camellya is a crapshoot right now. She looks like she's probably going to be a DPS, sub DPS. Maybe she's a sustain. I don't know. I doubt it in the back of my brain. I just doubt it, but I can't say 100% one way or the other. Just something to chew on, something to think about. Something that you should be thinking about when you're thinking about making teams and progressing your account in Wuthering Waves. I know a lot of people don't care. They just want their waifus, like I said. But I know there's some people that like to think in terms of meta and in terms of having complete teams that feel good on the field and don't have clunky interactions with each other and have nice smooth gameplay. We've rarely seen teams right now that really lock in to each other and have this really smooth gameplay. And we're getting there. I believe by the time we get to 2.0, we'll have enough puzzle pieces to make a couple different pictures, which will look nice. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I just wanted to let you know my thoughts and feelings. I appreciate it. Have a good day.